Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we got a special video for you. I'm going to discuss Boresnakes a little bit, and in this particular video I'm going to really discuss it more in the vein of the Otis Technologies products. The reason I want to mention Otis is because if many of you guys have been overseas over this last 20 years and we've been fighting all these crazy wars, I know you're familiar with the Otis chamber to muzzle cleaning system, because a lot of our military veterans were issued those over the years. Otis has had military contracts over the years, so of course, unless you've been living under a rock, many of you guys know who Otis is and what they do. But they also have a lot of other random products, and what I wanted to really discuss in today's video was sort of the pros and cons of a Boresnake type of cleaning tool. Like, what are some of the things that can go wrong, and what are some of the benefits of Boresnakes? And I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to discuss them. So if you don't know what a Boresnake is, first I'm going to show you these Otis Ripcords. This is kind of cool, all right? So a Boresnake is essentially a very, very precisely made, cord, if you will. This particular one is a ripcord, all right? And these are set up to just pull through the barrel. Now, some of the pros to this are that I don't have to disassemble the firearm in order to get a Boresnake to go through the barrel. If I just need to clean the barrel or the chamber, like on this revolver really quick, okay, I can literally just fish it through, okay? So I can pull this through and I can clean the barrel just this quick, all right? Just that quick. That's actually the wrong size. That was a 5.56. Let's grab the 9. All right, this one looks like a snake actually, which is kind of cool. All right, so again, I can clean the barrel real quick, just like this. Pull it through. Beautiful. All right, same thing on the chambers on a revolver. Okay, if I want to pull this through, easy. Now, it's simple in that you can use it for that purpose, all right? So this Smith & Wesson Pro Series here, same thing. I just want to clean the barrel real quick. I can take this Boresnake and I can pull it through without even having to disassemble the pistol. So that makes them really good for field expediency, okay? So there's a couple of reasons that Boresnakes are very, very useful in a variety of situations. One is a military environment where you cannot carry around rods, or maybe you don't want to have to carry around rod sections. Of course, military cleaning rods can be disassembled into small sections. Now, you should always have a cleaning rod. All right, so what can a cleaning rod do that a Boresnake can't? Well, a cleaning rod can bash obstructions out of the barrel. You can get bullets unstuck and things like that. So there are a lot of situations where you need to have a hard cleaning rod. But if the purpose is, okay, the gun's really hot, and while we've got this carbon really hot inside of the barrel, we want to be able to grab a ripcord and pull through and clean the barrel while it's hot. From a field expediency standpoint, it makes things a lot quicker. Let's say that, I don't know, in some military environment, we're in between firefights and I don't have time to disassemble my rifle and clean it quite like in the way I want to. I can fish this just as quickly down the barrel, just as much as it took me time to talk about it just now. And I can pull it through and I can clean the barrel. Now, the cool thing about these ripcords, all right, as opposed to the chamber to muzzle cleaning kit that we're going to look at here from Otis that you're all familiar with, these ripcords can handle temperatures up to 700 degrees. All right, so a lot of lesser quality Boresnakes and things can melt and fall apart, and I know there's probably been some horror stories and things like that, but this is a really well thought out product, okay? So this handle, if you do need a little bit of extra strength to pull against, you can just attach this handle, and it gives you something to really pull through if you've got a stubborn bore that's really dirty. But the general idea is that the ripcords, all right, I've got this pack of ripcords here in a variety of different sizes. So let's say I'm involved in a military environment, or I go to the range and I don't know what type of people I'm going to run into that might need to have a quick little scrub done on their bore. It's nice to know that with just some basic ripcords, you can get into the territory of being able to service and clean the bores on your firearms very quickly and efficiently and safely, okay? So that's the 9mm. Of course, these come in different sizes, and not only can you let's just say, use the ripcord to, clean the bore, if you will, you can actually attach a cleaning brush to the end as well, so that it's swabbing the bore and getting one good pass through with the brush as well, which is very, very handy. So one of the immediate pros of these is that they're light and they're handy and they're easy to deploy and use, and I can service and take care of a wide variety of different bore sizes and different firearms types with one very simple, basic little kit that can stuff away in a 3-day pack or stuff away in a rucksack or something like that. Or if we're in a vehicle or something, this can just stow away in the cupola somewhere. That way, if there's some sort of an issue, we can quickly get in there and clean those bores. So that's one of the immediate, let's just say, pros, right, of a snake type cleaning apparatus, is that it's quick to use. They can hold up to a lot of high temperatures, and that's where the ripcords really come in handy. If you want to get a little bit more detailed cleaning, now some of you guys that are veterans, or if you've been in the police or world for enough time, you know what this type of a kit is. This is one of their relatively complete chamber to muzzle cleaning kits. Now, what this particular kit does a little bit different is it swaps out the ripcord with the high temperature ripcord like we saw here for more of a coated pull through. All right, so it still operates like a snake, but this gives me the ability to clean a wide variety of different firearms, as well as shotguns, rifles, pistols, everything, you name it. And this particular kit has FP10. It's got some solvent in it. All right. Those of you that have, in a military environment been issued this little device, all right, you are familiar with this pouch. Many of you are, all right. The nice thing about this can just go right on your molly, on your kit, and you've got a nice basic chamber to muzzle cleaning kit that is compact and easy to get to. You got your pulls and jags and the basics. This is the basics of what you need to keep your gun operating at its peak performance. Now, the cool thing about this kit is it also comes with some brushes, patches. So even though this is a much more complete kit that is capable of doing much more work in terms of maintaining your firearm, it's also still in a real compact type of a setup. So what the chamber to muzzle cleaning kits do in terms of, let's just say we're talking about Boresnakes here, but this, other than not having hard rods in this kit, you can do anything else that you need to do in terms of cleaning your firearms. And they also sell some additional tools that are more, let's just say, not cartridge, but design specific. Like they have an AR-15 chamber extension cleaning tool with the little mops and stuff. And of course, many of you, if you've been involved in military situations over the years, you definitely know what an M16 chamber cleaning brush looks like, which I saw one over here. I must have misplaced it. Actually, it might have been in here. But you've got all the ability that you need to take care of any firearm that you need to take care of. So I guess that would be sort of the gist of this particular video. You saw how quickly, all right, I can just simply breach a cylinder on a revolver or lock a slide to the rear on a pistol, or I can rack a shotgun open and I can quickly and efficiently pull through to get a quick clean on my bore without having to disassemble the gun. So in an environment where, let's say you're in a military, there's my chamber cleaning brush right there. I knew I saw it. But in a military environment where you need to be able to clean quickly and be able to get into high heat territory, that's definitely something to look into. So I wanted to make this quick video just to discuss the pros and cons of this. Now, we're not done yet though. Okay, so we have to get into some of the pros and cons in a little bit more detail. I kind of gave you the penny tour there in the beginning. So what are some of the pros of this? Well, we obviously already discussed that without disassembling the gun, you can easily get a patch or a brush down a barrel to quickly and efficiently clean a firearm that is even, all the way up to 700 degrees. So that's not an issue there. Now, okay, some of you that are running like maybe, let's say, a super precise bolt gun with a hand-lapped barrel with a real fine finish or something, okay, you probably want to use a properly coated rod with a bore guide and use really soft nylon brushes and maybe soft solvents and take your time and really just use the minimal amount of force necessary to clean your rifle because you want to keep that, you know, rifle in good shape and everything like that. This is more for like field use. So the way to think about bore snakes in terms of cleaning your bore is, okay, here's a great example. You're getting out of your vehicle to go on elk hunt, and you accidentally tipped your rifle over, and you got a little bit of mud in the in the muzzle. Oh crap! Well, we don't have a cleaning rod with us, right? Who carries cleaning rods when they're out hunting, right? You can break this out, snake it down the bore, push the mud out with the handle, go ahead and give it a quick swab, and it gets it clean enough to where you know that you've cleared that little bit of mud or obstruction or something like that. And you can do it quickly and without having to really disassemble the firearm in the field and risk losing something. So that's the other important thing too. You know, you may not be in a position, maybe you don't have the tools to disassemble your firearm. Maybe you don't want to have to take it apart and risk losing something. So it is a great way to be able to make that transition a little bit easier should you get a little bit of an obstruction in your barrel in a military or hunting environment. So that's one pro versus the con. It really just comes down to what you're trying to do. Now, if it's a super precise, you know, bench rifle or something with a nice barrel, obviously you're gonna probably use a coated rod and everything like that. But snakes have their place, okay? Not everybody likes bore snakes. I personally think that they're a pretty important thing to have laying around just for field expediency, all right? Now, us in the filming world, you know, when we're getting exposed to all these different guns we shoot all the time, yeah, sometimes you have a squib load or something and you might have to take a hardened rod and maybe give a projectile a little bit of a push and get it out of the barrel or something. But those situations are probably few and far between and not quite as common as you would think. It's going to be much more common to maybe, you know, tip the gun over and get a little bit of mud in the muzzle or something. That happens. You know, we're all human, and that's completely normal. Okay. Wanted to make this little video just to kind of discuss the pros and cons of each system. I think that the chamber to muzzle systems, obviously, it's done well for Otis. I mean, they've had military contracts for a long time. I've seen these things floating around forever. I mean, you can't go into an Army surplus store without finding these little pouches. I mean, these little pouches have just become completely synonymous with the Iraq and Afghanistan war. Like, there are people that can tell from 200 yards away, they could see this on someone's kit and know exactly what it is. And I think that's a really smart product for them. And I think Otis has done a pretty substantial job of expanding their product lines into more useful things. I mean, like this kit, even though, right, we can use this snake to pull through cleaning brushes and jags and all of that type of stuff and patch pullers and things, they've also got a variety of little goodies and stuff. I can put a brush on there. I've got a scraper. I've got all different types of stuff. I can go all the way down to a little 17 cal. I've got a little handle. Look at that. You put the little brass through there and you've got a little handle. So there's lots of things that they've done to kind of tweak this system over the years and bring it to what you see today. So it's been kind of cool to see, you know, how it started out versus how it's going now. But I wanted to make this quick little video just for some of you that might have been looking into, you know, more of a bore snake configuration for field expediency or for general firearms maintenance. This particular arrangement in conjunction with a few basic tools will get you pretty much where you need to go for general firearms maintenance, especially in the field. So hopefully that lays it out for you in a great way, and I wanted to kind of make this video just to, you know, articulate those points a little bit. If you do decide that you go over to Otis and you want to, you know, pick up a Ripcord kit or any of the stuff you see on Otis's website, all the way from like just a basic M16 cleaning tool or a chamber extension cleaning tool all the way up to a big kit. They've got a lot of variety of different products and a lot of different configurations that you can purchase. But if you go over to Otis and you use our code IV8888, you can save yourself 15% off, which is always great. So get yourself a little bit of a discount if you do decide you want to get into something like this. We do receive a little bit, obviously, of a kickback from that. If you do decide to go over to Otis and pick something up, we do receive a small percentage, just to let you know. But you also get a discount, which is great. So anyway, I wanted to just show you guys what's out there. I know we haven't done as many cleaning videos and restoration videos as I'd like to. I really want to change that. We've just been really busy and we've had a lot going on. And these last couple of years, man, It's been really crazy for gun owners. Just in the political landscape, there's so much crap going on that we've had to cover and continuously, be involved in. Not to say that I have a problem with that. I'm proud that I'm able to use our platform to, do good things for the Second Amendment community and try my best to get people involved on the grassroots level. But it's also put a damper on the amount of time that we have to do things like cleaning videos and stuff. So I'm trying to change that, and I hope this video can serve some of you in a way that maybe you didn't know what bore snakes were or what they were used for. Maybe now you know. So I really wanted this to be informational. And also just a shout out to Otis, because they make great stuff. And they're a legacy company that's been around a long time. And if you're getting into the Ripcords, okay, or the Boresnakes, they are definitely a brand that you need to be familiar with, because they are certainly the industry standard for Boresnakes. So have yourselves a great day. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really appreciate all of our Patreon supporters. You guys rock. Thank you for being a part of what we do. Go over to Ballistic Ink and pick yourself up a snazzy new t-shirt. That's one way that you can support our efforts directly if you wish. And again, if you go over to Otis, use the code IV8888 and get yourself 15% off your order if you decide you want to get something from Otis. I strongly recommend at least getting one of these little kits and putting it on your load-bearing vest, because this is a lifesaver thing to have laying around. This is most certainly a piece of gear everybody needs to have at a minimum, is the chamber to muzzle small field expedient kit. This is a great thing to have. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you soon.